Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video, I'm going to share with you a dividend stock which has a dividend growth over 20%. But before that, I am not a financial advisor and this is not investment advice, of course. The stock I am talking about is none other than the Hershey Company, ticker symbol HSY. The Hershey Company engages in the manufacture and sale of confectionery products and pantry items in the United States and internationally. HSY has a huge market cap, over $30 billion, $30.5 billion specifically. They belong in the confectionery industry, while their sector is consumer staples, of course. They have a P/E ratio of 17.33, which is not bad considering their industry. And as for their forward P ratio, it's just over 19. So they don't expect their earnings to grow, but still, a 19 forward PE is good. Looking into their financials and into their income statement specifically, I see that the revenue growth is negative, which is a bad sign, and that's probably the reason they are down more than 20% last year. One of the things that affected the revenue growth during 2024 was the cocoa prices. They skyrocketed last year, so this doesn't make me to worry much. But if this negative revenue growth becomes a habit, then we have a problem. So I will always keep an eye on it. Also, I can see that generally speaking, they buy back shares, which is a good sign and also a good way to give additional value to shareholders. They don't buy back a lot of shares, but still 0.8 or 0.5% is something, especially when their dividend growth is over 23%. And this dividend growth isn't a one-time thing. They usually raise their dividend pretty aggressively, maybe not 23%, but still they are growing their dividends pretty fast during the last couple of years. Looking into their balance sheet, I can see that their cash position grew substantially, just over 30%, which is always good to see. It makes me feel more safe as an investor. It's not always good to have a lot of cash. Ideally, you want companies to use their cash to continue growing, but 615 million is not that much. This is a huge company and they need to have some cash available to make sure their dividend is safe. As for their total debt, it is just over $5.6 billion, so their debt isn't a huge problem. It is manageable. They can easily pay it off if they want to. It will take some time, but as of now, they are more focused on growing the company and not on paying it off. And that's the reason it keeps becoming bigger. As for their net cash debt, it is minus $5 billion approximately. As I said, it's not that bad, but I'll keep an eye on it because it might cause a shift of focus if it keeps becoming bigger and bigger, but as of now, it's fine. Now, let's check their dividend stats. HSY has a dividend yield over 3.6%, which is a great starting dividend yield for someone buying today, especially when it's combined with this extremely high dividend growth. Is this dividend growth sustainable? In my opinion, the answer is no. The payout ratio is just over 63% and the revenue is stagnant. They have to do major changes in order to be able to continue raising their dividends as fast as they used to. For every share you own, you will get paid $5.48, so $1.37 every single quarter. Not too shabby. They have managed to consistently raise their dividends for 15 years, which is also great. Now, let's see Hershey stock forecast. According to stockanalysis.com, analyst consensus is sell. The reason for that is probably the revenue, which is already stagnant and it's not expected to grow anytime soon. There is the cost of opportunity, as you probably already know. Sometimes we own stocks which are not necessarily bad, but if you have minus 2% returns in 5 years, like HSY stock, you won't be happy. At least I wouldn't be. The analysts give HSY stock a low estimate of $134, an average estimate of $173.45, and a high estimate of $210 for the next 12 months. So they expect the share price to grow between minus 11% to almost 40%, with an average estimate of 15% growth. Personally, I like HSY stock at the current valuation, but I'm not expecting massive growth from this stock. Ideally, I would like the share price closer to $140 so I can have a higher starting dividend yield. I really doubt this will happen anytime soon, since the stock market performed pretty good recently. But I can't predict what will actually happen. Stock market is unpredictable. I might consider starting a position in this company if I get lucky and I have good timing. And if I actually invest in this company, it would probably be a long term investment, since the next few years might be a little difficult for this company. Generally, I try to have an open mind when I invest, so even if I have a specific plan when I make an investment, I try to adapt to the circumstances. Tell me in the comments below what is your opinion about HSY stock. Do you already own it? And also let me know how is your investing journey going so far. Subscribe and keep the notifications on so you can see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.